Hello students, welcome. I am Sakshi Mathur, your tutor. So today we are starting up with a series for class 10th, chapter life process, and the topic for the day is nutrition. So let's begin. So nutrition is of two types, that is autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. In this video we will be discussing about autotrophic nutrition. So students, what is autotrophic nutrition? Let's discuss. Basically, autotrophs are called those which prepare their own food, which are not dependent on some other things for food, right? So the basic and the easiest example for autotrophs is the plants. We all know that plants prepare their own food, so they are called as the autotrophs. Okay, so let's go deep in this. So basically, how do plants prepare their food? We all have studied in our junior classes that plants prepare their food by the process of photosynthesis. I had explained this process earlier also in my previous video. Kindly go and check that. So let's discuss photosynthesis here. So basically, we all know that presence of sunlight and chlorophyll is necessary for the process of photosynthesis to occur. We all know that carbon dioxide is absorbed by the plants and oxygen is released by the plants. So when carbon dioxide and water combine in presence of chlorophyll and sunlight, they form glucose, oxygen and some extra water. So the equation is in front of you: 6CO2 plus 12H2O in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll gives C6H12O6, which is a glucose, that is a carbohydrate, with oxygen, which is necessary for the environment, plus some water. So in this process, what are the two terms, that is chlorophyll and sunlight, are important for the process of photosynthesis. Now let's discuss the process of photosynthesis, like how this process occurs. The process is very simple. First is the absorption of light energy by chlorophyll. We all know that leaves which are green in color contain a pigment which is called as the chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a green color pigment present in the plants. The green color of the plant is due to that pigment only, and only those plants which are green in color show photosynthesis process. So what does this chlorophyll do? What is the role of that green pigment in plants? First is the absorption of light energy. Now where this light energy comes from? It comes from the sun. You can see below in the diagram. The light energy is coming from the sun, which is absorbed by the green pigment which is present in the leaves. That is the chlorophyll. This is the first step of the process of photosynthesis. Students, we all know that the process of photosynthesis occurs in daytime only, because I had already told you sunlight and chlorophyll are the two main things, or the two main points which need to be present when this process has to occur. So absorption of light energy by chlorophyll is clear to you all. Next we move to the next point. The next step in this process is conversion of light energy into chemical energy and splitting of water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen. So first step was the absorption of light energy. Now what if the plant has trapped, if the plant has gained the light energy into itself? Now it converts that light energy into chemical energy. Okay, so what happens next? The water molecules which was taken by the plant converts into, or splits into, split means to breaks into hydrogen and oxygen. Third point is reduction of carbon dioxide to carbohydrates. The carbon dioxide which is exhaled by the humans is absorbed by the plants. We all know that. Now how does this carbon dioxide is converted into something? In plants, the carbon dioxide is converted into carbohydrates. In the equation, we saw that glucose was formed, C6H12O6, that is a carbohydrate only. So carbohydrate is formed from carbon dioxide and oxygen is formed from the water molecule, which was given in the reactant side. Now the process of photosynthesis is clear to you. The green dots are the cell organelles called as the chloroplasts, which contain chlorophyll. So green dots which are present in the leaves are called as the chloroplast. Chlorophyll is essential for photosynthesis. You all know that. Why? Because it traps the sunlight. It absorbs the sunlight from the sun. Clear? Next. Now this is a cross section of leaf. Kindly observe this diagram carefully. There is a waxy cuticle given. Upper epidermis and lower epidermis are there, and in between these two upper and lower epidermis, the chloroplasts are marked. Chloroplasts are green colored organelles. The space between these organelles are called as the air spaces, and we have the guard cells also. Okay, so we'll discuss the guard cells later in this video. So kindly pause the video and look at the diagram carefully. Next, moving further, how do plants obtain carbon dioxide? Now, how do plants take carbon dioxide? Humans exhale carbon dioxide. Now, who takes up the carbon dioxide for the plants? The answer to this question is stomata. You all have studied that stomata are tiny pores present on the surface of the leaves. The exchange of gases takes place through these pores only. Important for the process of photosynthesis. Stomata is very much important for the process of photosynthesis because it helps in the exchange of gases. Basically, the process of photosynthesis is the intake of carbon dioxide and giving out oxygen. So how does this gases exchange takes place? Through stomata. Stomata are the tiny pores which are present on the surface of the leaves. Okay, now how does this stomata take carbon dioxide? What is the procedure? Let's study it. This is the structure of an open stomata. Open stomata, look at the structure. These are the kidney shaped bean like structure. The stomatal pore which is open is in between, right? And we have chloroplast again, and we have two guard cells, right? So guard cells, stomatal pore is wide, then it is called as open, and you are saying that the shape of guard cells is also swollen. Okay, so this is the diagram of open stomata. Next we come to closed stomata. Compare the diagram from the previous slide. The guard cells were swollen there, right? They were thick, and here the guard cells, or you can say the stomatal pore, the space between the two guard cells is shrinked, is less, then it is called as the stomatal pore closed. It is a closed stomata. Now how the stomatal pore is shrinking and expanding itself? It is because of the guard cells basically. So we all know that the exchange of gases through surface, it takes place through roots, through stems, and through leaves also. Okay, so these are the parts of the plant through which water or the exchange of gases takes place. If the exchange of gases are taking place through these pores, that means some amount of water will also be lost. Then if the three main parts of the plant are losing the water, then there would be a major water loss. Now who controls it? The guard cells control this. What is the function of guard cell? Opening and closing of stomatal pore. The guard cells know when to open and when not to open. Okay, they control the opening and closing of the stomatal pore. Open stomatal pore is when guard cells swell up, that is water flows into them. You have seen in the diagram that guard cells were thick when the stomatal pore was open, right? And closed stomatal pore is when guard cells shrink. That means the Stomatal pore is the space is very less, or it closes actually, so that no exchange of gases takes place or no water can flow from them. Okay, so who controls the opening and closing of stomatal pore? That is the guard cells. So the topic autotrophic nutrition is completed here. Thank you. Kindly like, share and subscribe this channel.